be PitaEnigma versus Nothership, and the first match will be on a meme map
Very
on
nice.
Jungle Tango Tango Bongo.
Could you say that again?
Jungle Tangle Tango Bongo.
Nice.
And if anyone really wants to immerse themselves in the sound of that, a streamer called Creighton Olsen has uploaded a 3-minute YouTube video that's just him saying that over and over again.
That's really impressive, actually. That's a lot of WPM? Or,
Yeah.
yeah.
So on the bottom left of the map is the purple Protoss Nothership.
And on the upper right, we have PitaEnigma, the Green Terran.
Alright, so if you look at the map, you will notice there are 3 flowers,
What are these?
and they are growing vines that choke off the map.
Interesting. Okay, are they destructible?
Yes, the vines are destructible, and if you destroy the flower, then it kills all the vines attached to that flower.
Gotcha.
If
These
you
go
look at the
pretty
vine, they have
fast.
75 health, and they're armored.
Okay. So another ship sending a scout out right away to go take a look at PitaEnigma's base.
And the dickhead probe hits the SCV. So 2 SCVs come to attack it, and this SCV abandons the barracks and was replaced by his friend.
Very nice. I do really like the classic command center. I think that's one of the better classic skins, in my opinion.
The classic skids are generally show why StarCraft 2 was an upgrade,
Fair.
but I do enjoy that. I do enjoy how goofy it looks, especially when it turns into a planetary fortress.
Fair. And an interesting placement of the cybernetics core and gateway.
Yep, that's because it's a strange map, and you're not sure where the Reaper ramp is.
Oh, gotcha. So this is to
It is
wall off the
here.
Reaper. That makes sense.
But, yes.
Yeah, because you don't really want to wall in this matchup.
No, both races are very good at hitting from far away. SCV comes back with the mineral but gets blocked. And okay, this isn't one of those games where the supply depot blocks an SCV for a half an hour.
Good.
Reactor goes down and factory goes down. And Reaper's gonna head across the map while he can still cross it.
Dodging vines left and right. So, this looks like it's going to get blocked off pretty soon. Like, or do these vines not connect for a while yet?
No, they get blocked off eventually. Once a vine runs into a wall, it stops growing, which is why the top left vine is sort of stopped.
Gotcha. So there still is a pathway, it's just kind of much further than it will be shortly.
Right now, there are 2 pathways,
Correct.
but the one on the right is about to get blocked. Yeah. So Reaper's just hanging out in front of the main.
And we've got Stalker Sentry out for another ship.
Yeah.
And they're taking a
Hellions coming up for Pita, and another ship is going Robo, which has been known to be a little bit good against Hellion.
Is that, would you get Immortal out with that, or?
Anything. Hellions are bad against Protoss. Immortal, Stalker, Colossus, Disruptor. I mean, anything but Zealot is going to be good. Even Adepts are pretty okay.
Oh, and it
And
looks
yeah,
like...
the Hellions try to make it across the map, but they can't.
Oh, yeah.
Vines are blocking it.
Do the vines regrow after you kill them? You said that, right?
No.
Until you kill the middle flower?
If you kill the middle flower, all the vines die, but if you kill the vine, it doesn't regrow.
Alright.
Yeah.
Hellions, burning down these vines.
Or trying to.
Fair.
Hellions really don't deal that much damage without their boost to light.
Gotcha. These Mad Max crates in the front should be able to just dig them right out, though.
Yeah. It's really a problem that they made skins do nothing.
We need Hellions to have a melee attack.
Yeah. So there are Banshees coming out. And heading out.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I think Banshees make a lot of sense on this map. You can just kind of fly over, harass, and then fly away.
In general, flying things do make a lot of sense.
Meanwhile, another ship probing up has a clutch of stalkers, zealots, and an immortal and a sentry. And in comes the Banshee.
Banshee attacks the assimilator. It's always smart to start with the highest hit point target.
Yeah, and the simulators
But it does change to killing probes.
Yeah, 4 kills so far, 5. Banshees just do so much damage. I think they're one of my favorite Terran units.
Another Banshee is on the way there.
So go into the same base.
Going into the same base, but it is going to fly over all the stalkers. Unless, nope, it diverts path at the last second.
Oh, and unfortunately
They cloak, but there is an observer.
But Banshees are fast, so it manages to get away.
Yeah. Banshees are faster than observers.
And it looks like you're getting the hyperflight rotors too to make them attack even faster.
Move faster.
Move faster, okay.
Yeah. So Banshee's just eating probes.
Yeah, we've got 5 kills on this one as well.
Gets attacked and runs away.
So
and heads up.
workers killed total so far.
Heads up and then away.
It's gonna hide in this tree. So a lot of gateways, sorry, no, Robo Bay, Robo, and a couple gateways coming down for another ship, getting three forges with upgrades going.
Command center going down for Pita, as well as a few factories. But nothing coming out of the factories.
Yeah. So despite losing all those workers, another ship still has a bit of a worker advantage until these Banshees decide to pop back in.
Yeah, it's a sizable worker lead, especially because Pito is only on 2 bases and couldn't properly mine. But it is important to remember that Terran has the single best mining unit. The single best way to nullify a worker lead.
Yes.
And
Mules
they
just
come down.
crashing down to this fresh base.
So more Banshees are joining the 2 that are hiding in the tree.
Yeah, going up to 4 Banshees, that's a lot of damage very quickly.
Yes.
And scouting Phoenix hallucination heading out. These vines are growing into another ship's 4th base.
And the Banshees come in.
Oh wow.
Start to kill probes.
So that worker lead evaporates. So at what point do you have enough Banshees to start engaging the army? Or you just never really get to that point?
If the opponent is going stalkers, never.
Fair.
It's not about engaging the army, it's about having really fast guys that outmove all detection.
Yeah, and the stalkers kind of clumped up, can't get past the buildings.
But they can beat 2 stalkers.
Yeah.
They just can't beat more than 2 stalkers.
Then you find the 4th base when getting away.
Yep.
And now they're just going to sit here, wait for the next sweep through.
Yep. More tanks on the way, and
40 workers killed so far. Well, 39. I'm going to round up to 40. 40 workers killed so far. Insanity. This is still
so there's just a lot of production that isn't really getting used by Pita.
fair. Fair. Oh, that's a lot of tanks.
And yeah.
Though having the extra production is going to help with remaxing after maxing too.
Yeah.
Oh, and these Banshees are coming in to take out the 4th base.
Yeah.
Stalkers finally managing to kill a Banshee.
Yeah, 2 Banshees go down. The others pretty much run out of juice.
Can Colossi walk over the vines or no?
Yes, I think they can. Look at this Colossus, it's got legs all over the vines. Though I could be wrong. The vines count as buildings, so I don't know if Colossus can walk through buildings.
Oh, gotcha.
I think they can if the buildings are small enough. Sign of a Terran player with great macro, by the way, is having to use the orbital command ability on supply depots. So that wall is almost entirely special.
Fair. I mean, you do have quite a mineral bank, so I think you can afford to not have those meals as long as you can get your supply up.
Yeah.
Building supply depots is like the hardest thing about playing Terran. It's such a pain.
Which games are getting streamed? We're on the last series, which is PitaEnigma versus Nothership. If you're up to it afterwards, we can do you versus Cloud. I assume you have the replays on you.
I do, yeah. These Banshees clearing a path for the SCVs to come through and mine. Though the mules have got it covered.
Yeah, look at that income disparity.
Mules are ridiculous.
That's double the income for PitaEnigma.
So we got a Warp Prism coming through for another ship, looking to get some harassment of their own.
Yeah.
We've got Archon Stalker, Immortal, and a whole slew of upgrades coming through too. Is that the... Not the...
So Banshees are killing the flower.
Oh, okay. Oh wow, and that opens up everything.
And the map is now half open.
Meanwhile, we've got Zealots fighting a planetary. That's not going well for
them. Zealots are fighting a planetary. And yeah, SCVs come in to repair it.
How can you not like this classic planetary? What was it goofy with Kincaid?
I love it. It's derpy. Vikings come in and take out the thingy, the Warp Prism. And the army moves out. Ignoring the planetary, letting it fend for itself.
So, yeah, all these...
This is the most split up army.
Tanks chugging along.
Hellions in. Yeah.
Turning into Hellbats. We've got the Star Fox Vikings over here. Yeah. Does the servos upgrade make the Hellbats move faster or no?
No.
Okay.
It just makes them transform faster.
Gotcha.
2 of the tanks got excited, started to attack already.
The Mad Max skins are amazing. I know they're not technically Mad Max, but...
All of the tanks siege up, and the army disappears. Melty. And Vikings get rid of the Colossus.
So, yeah, then Zealot's coming in. But this
Zealot's coming in just as the tanks de-siege.
Yeah, with Banshees here to clean up the rest.
Tanks siege up at the ramp. And the GG.
Yeah. So, game 1 goes to PitaEnigma. But the Vines were the real MVP here.
Yeah, the Vine stopped any ground movement and most expansion.
GG.
Alright.
So do the
So
vines move randomly too every time, or is it always the same path?
nope, it's randomly.
That's pretty
They
cool.
choose if it's random if they go straight left or right, and if that path is blocked, then that vine stops growing.
That is really neat.
And I don't know how they split.
All right, so game two, we've got PitaEnigma going Zerg this time versus Nothership as Protoss. And we're going to be on Pillars of Gold.
So on the bottom left of Pillars of Gold, we have the blue Protoss Nothership.
And on the upper right, we have the green Zerg PitaEnigma.
Mecha Swarm.
Mecha Swarm.
Yeah. So Pillars of Gold is a map that combines the aesthetic of Eternal Empire with the creativity of pretty much every other ladder map.
Yeah, sorry, not Eternal Empire. Pillars of Gold. It does have a pretty couple of exposed thirds, and we have a proxy pylon coming down here for another ship.
Enamored is asking how meme games work. It's not really meme games, it's completely serious games just played on silly maps. And if both players agree to a meme map, then they can have their match on a meme map.
Yeah, I think there was a talk about like having certain restrictions or whatever that could be put on games if you wanted to do so.
Yeah.
But I don't think anyone's done that so far, unless I'm mistaken.
No.
And I think
There's no forfeit ahead of time, it's just, do you agree to do a meme map? And if you don't want to do a meme map, then you can say I don't want to do a meme map, and then that you don't play on that map.
so. 2 proxy gates going down for another ship, scouting into Pita's base. And it looks like it was a hatch gas pool. So this could possibly do some damage.
Yeah.
Overlord's going to come in and see the natural. Not really going to see anything there unless they manage to sneak a Nexus down. And then fully walling off the ramp.
Yeah. So that is very committed by another ship.
Yeah, so we've got 2 zealots, or yeah, 2 zealots coming out, another one as well, chronoing out the first zealot. And we have 2 queens on the way for Pita.
And 6 Zerglings.
6 Zerglings.
Yeah. So he does see the lack of natural and move his Overlord to check what's going on.
Meanwhile, the zealot is corralling these drones back to the main. Just in time for the Zerglings and Queens to come out. And this is not a fight I think that these zealots can take, so they're going to back up.
The Lings are trying to run ahead and sort of wrap around the Zealots, but they're slow Zerglings.
Speed is on the way, though. They do manage to get these 2 zealots and then back off from the fresh zealots.
Yeah.
And a robo facility being proxied as well. Speeda does not see the proxy, but did see the Zerglings coming from over there, or the zealots coming from over there.
Yeah.
So can reasonably assume that's where the proxy is.
Yeah,
Meanwhile,
so
still droning.
drones up some,
Yeah.
but does get a few more Zealots. And
down
a Roach Warren.
So railing their drones into the natural, or the main first, but it looks like they're correcting that now. And
Yeah.
should probably, put into to gas and get another gas as well. Meanwhile, we've got Adepts and a Stalker coming out, as well as an Immortal. So this could still, depending on when it hits, if it hits before the Roaches pop, this can do quite a bit of damage.
Yeah, that's a double Robo, so
Yeah. And Protoss is on a bit of a
that could also
timer.
be ready for the Roaches.
Oh, is it double Robo? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Protoss is on a bit of a timer since they haven't expanded yet. They will eventually run out of minerals. And Pita scouts the proxies here.
Yeah.
focusing down the probe, which is smart. So now there's no more proxy buildings coming out from Nothership.
Yeah, these Zerglings keep running around, and the Roach dies. Drones move away, Zerglings run down and then run back. Very indecisive Zerglings.
And Nothership's going to focus down the hatchery.
And that's a Roach that's just gonna come out to die.
Focuses down the hatchery.
And one Zealot does die. Gets a Stalker. But the Roaches don't really do anything except run away.
So, ramp is kind of clogged up right now.
The ramp is a very good choke point. And all the Roaches die.
So we've got Zerg taken back down to one base. Small handful of units down here, but a Roach army is not going to be able to do much against that number of Immortals.
Yeah.
Nothership checks for a third, and then is just looking to zone PETA out of their natural.
Yeah. Macro hatch goes down. And this is way too small a Zergling army. And one just explodes.
Yep. Getting more queens out, and it looks like that's the empty extractor you're talking about. Probably would want to throw some drones in there. But obviously a little distracted by a big Protoss army in their natural.
Yeah.
Warp Prism coming out. So this will be interesting. Immortals with a Warp Prism can be a dangerous thing.
Yeah, especially for Immortals. So Zerglings just run in to die again. And they sort of trigger the army into attacking. Or the army was going to attack anyway. But there's not enough there's not anything close to enough here.
Immortals are just ridiculous.
And 4 Immortals are more than enough.
Drones being pulled.
Drones run in. They mineral walk through and try to surround, but they're drones.
Yeah. They have little buzzsaw hands, but it's not enough.
Yeah.
And GG is called. So going into a game 3 here. So what's PETA going to do next? Are they going to go back to Terran? Are they going to pull out the Protoss? Go for the whole gambit? Time will tell. So, Lost and Found. This is an old map. I think this is before I started playing again. This is like 3 years old.
This is... yeah, Lost and Found. The ZVP.
Okay, so sticking with the Zerg. A very large map. So a proxy might be a little less ideal here, just because the amount of time it'll take the probe to get all the way over there.
Yeah, I guess a very large map is probably worse for cheesing.
So in the bottom right, we have the green Zerg, PitaEnigma.
And on the top right, we've got the yellow Protoss, Nothership.
Sorry, bottom left. Directions are hard.
So that looks like a 14 gas, 13 pool.
Oh, okay. So going for some...
No, 14 pool, 13 gas.
Very nice, I like it. Using...
The drone heads down.
Interesting. Is this the Scarlet build?
It is the Scarlet build done by someone who hasn't actually seen it in action.
Gotcha, yeah.
Doesn't get the natural, so puts a third down.
And honestly, for Zergling aggression, that's even a little better. It puts you a little bit closer to the base anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, Nothership doesn't check into the main at all, doesn't know that there's a spawning pool up here, and is just going about their business, expanding. Meanwhile, there's
So
6 Zerglings in production.
6 links come out. Now the thing about this build is that if you don't check the main, it looks like a normal Zerg expand. It looks like a 17 hatch if I'm not mistaken, or an 18 hatch even.
Yeah.
So it doesn't look like the Zerg is going to be all-inning you, and that it's safe to expand, like Nothership is doing.
Adding on the fact that you took a large map for the counter, definitely showing some set play instincts there.
Yeah, it wasn't just me randomly choosing maps that look nice.
Yeah. This is a very pretty map.
Yeah, it's this very devastated construction on purple. Trying to remember which map in the lore is purple. But yeah, the wall's there.
Oh, but
So
one hole.
Zerglings run through, kill the probe, and are going to take down the pylon before anything's out of the gateway.
I'll take out the other pylon as well.
Yeah. They don't touch the production. They're just gonna run to the main, and that's
It's a lot of dead probes.
yeah. That's a lot of Zerglings versus a lot of dead probes.
So enough probes to take that fight, but losing 11 workers is not a spot you want to be in. And another ship calls a GG. Unable to get any units out to defend. They were actually ahead in workers too at this point, but just the sheer number of Zerglings not going well for them.
Yeah, there were 21 Zerglings at the end there.
Yeah.
And that was the third round.
Very nice.
Cheese gets responded to with cheese.
Very nice, very nice. So PitaEnigma takes that game. Cool.
And the round.
Very nice.
Yeah. A very cheesy round.